In the repair shop today, a doll that was lost for 63 years.
We're really going to see her coming back to life. I'm so excited. As soon as I get the chance, I start to imagine what she's going to look like.
Is reunited.
Off with her head.
And rebuilt.
That sounded good.
While Suzie attends to a handmade grooming kit.
One of the nicest articles that I've seen.
That kept the lovelorn soldier company on the front line.
I bet it meant the absolute world to him. This is also his future wife. She's poured all of her love into this, knowing that every time he handles it and opens it, he's going to think of her.
But first into the repair shop, Sue Nunn from Chichester. She's hoping wood restorer Will Kirk can bring one man's pride and joy back to its former glory.
Hello.
Hello.
I'm Will.
I'm Sue.
Nice to meet you, Sue. I presume this is yours?
Well, technically yes, but it did belong to my husband.
What is it?
It's a fishing box. My husband, Alan, sadly passed away 5 years ago, and he was passionate about his fishing. Every spare moment he'd fish, and he did that from about the age of 11.
Seems like fishing was a really big part of his life.
It really was, yeah. He'd really made it as a fisherman when he'd got his box. I can remember him coming home with it, and he had the biggest smile on his face. He'd got his fishing box, and it just went everywhere with him. He'd either be sitting on it, on the lake with his rod, or he'd have it at the side of him with his drawers pulled out and all his floats and maggots and everything else that goes with it.
I have seen a box like this before. My grandfather had one.
Oh, really?
But I was never allowed to touch it, so I don't know how it works. You'd be able to show me how this opens up.
Well, I'm probably a bit like you. I never wanted to touch it because I'm quite squeamish, I'm afraid. And
Maggots.
I knew that there were probably maggots in here.
Maggots, I remember maggots.
Yeah. My son did tell me, actually, that my husband had stuck this in there. And I don't mind if that's just kept in there or whatever you think, but...
Oh, I see.
Yeah?
Does that come up?
It comes up and...
All right, it lifts up
Yeah,
like that.
yeah, I think, yeah.
This is brand new.
This was brand new.
God.
This was brand new.
So why do you want to have this repaired now?
It doesn't just mean a lot to me, it means a lot to all of my family. My son, Ian, he fished all the time with my husband.
Yeah.
His dad taught him how to fish. Unfortunately, my son hasn't really been fishing since my husband passed away. He was so devastated because that was his, not only his dad, but his best friend as well.
Yeah.
So I think this would mean a lot to all of us, yeah.
This is going to be an absolute pleasure to restore for you and for your family. I'll let you know when you can come pick it back up.
Lovely, thank you, Will. Yeah.
Bye.
Looking at the box makes me feel quite sad, really. I think it looks very neglected. It looks unloved, uncared for, and that's really not the truth because it really is loved and cherished by our family, and I want it to look like that again.
Well, this fishing tackle box has been used. Even though this was bought brand new, you kind of expect it to be in this condition. The fact that Alan had spent so many hours sitting on this, and then when you finally catch a fish, I'm sure water gets absolutely everywhere. So, you know, I'm not surprised that all the paint is flaking off and dry. When I was younger, I used to spend a lot of time with my grandparents camping, and I go fishing with my grandfather. And if I can get this looking lovely again, maybe Ian might be able to go back out fishing and carry on that lovely tradition. It'd be really nice to sand back these flaky painted drawers, get some fresh paint on there. Maybe clean up the base. I think that's metal. I won't repaint that, but I give that a good old scrub anyway. And finally, look into fixing this vinyl here. I don't know if that can be patched or if everything's going to be replaced. I might see if Hannah can do something with that. So I'm going to take this off now and get it over to her.
Next, the tale of an incredible reunion spanning over 60 years. Margaret Dyson from West Sussex, accompanied by her daughter Hilary, has brought a treasured childhood possession.
Hello. Hello.
For the attention of Julie Tatchell and Amanda Middleditch.
So what's in the case?
My doll, Alice, has been badly damaged.
Oh my goodness.
Wow, look at her.
How on earth did she end up looking like this? Bless her.
In 1945, near the end of the Second World War, I was just coming up to 11. A plane came down on our house. So that was when she was damaged. And that was when my mother was killed. Gosh. So it was not a good end of the war for my family.
How did you find out this news? How were you told?
Before then, I was sent up to Scotland to school in Dunblane. My brother was at school in Kingston, so he still lived at home. My dad came all the way up to Dunblane to tell me.
Yeah.
And that was the worst thing of all. When he had finished telling me, he had to leave to go back again because of my brother and everything. All I remember is just watching him walk down this path, and it was just like the end of the world. I've never cried like it. But, I mean, you know, it was something he had to do, which he did very bravely.
You didn't take Alice with you?
No.
How do you have her now, then?
The niece of the lady next door, who was Edith Barrett, found her. She had her for 63 years.
63? Oh, gosh. Oh, my goodness. She kept her for that long?
Yes, because she couldn't find out where we'd gone. And the son of Edith, he found the story.
Wow.
Yeah, he was just looking at local history and connected it with his mum living around the area.
Incredible.
And he said to his mother, "That's where you used to live. That's the doll you've got upstairs in the suitcase." No. Wow. And 63 years later, I had the pleasure of meeting her.
Wow. Snap. In unison, yeah. How did you feel when you first saw Alice?
I didn't know that she'd look like this. I thought I wouldn't be at all upset, but actually I did then think that Mum was killed the minute that she was damaged.
Right.
Do you know, I realised that it was such a big thing in my life, losing Mum. I must say it was hard.
Yeah.
To see her like this is really horrible. It's the eyes that bother me, and her poor little legs all falling off, and
she's in a bad way.
She's missing her arm.
And no arm.
Can you try and describe to us what she used to look like?
She was a very handsome little girl doll, definitely a brunette. I would just like her to look less frightening in a way.
Less scary, I think.
You know, I just feel it's such a huge job, but I would like to see her improved.
We will look after her and we will do our best for you. It's been a joy meeting you both.
Oh, thank you very much. Thank you.
We'll see you soon.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye. When I was reunited with Alice, I was glad she was back in the family. But I feel sad seeing her current condition. I hope she is going to be a lot prettier when I come back.
Incredible. Absolutely incredible.
Yeah.
You've got to make her beautiful.
She will be.
We can get her some beautiful eyes, some beautiful brown eyes. She
Yeah.
will look lovely.
Mm-hmm.
She's going to need a pate, which will hold her wig.
Yeah.
The arms, I feel we may just have to try and get a replacement pair.
Yeah. I will replace the body.
Yep.
And make her some lovely new clothes.
I'm looking forward to cleaning her first of all, which obviously is going to be easier once we've dismantled her. So, off with her head.
Absolutely.
Gently prise it away.
It's amazing this is still hanging on in there.
Oh, here we go.
Oh, that was sounding good. It's going.
Yes. Look at this. This is just beautiful. Look at it. I do hope the rest of her comes apart a bit easier than this.
Yeah.
Also dismantling his assignment, Will's preparing to tackle decades of rain and saltwater damage to the fisherman's friend.
So I'm just taking off the top part of the fishing tackle box. It's made it a lot easier for me to sand this part and then not risk damaging any of the paintwork on the bottom half. All the paintwork, it's really flaky and it really needs to be stripped back and I need to start again. It once was all black. The drawers on the front would have been a really nice red colour. So I'm going to take off all the metalwork and then I can give everything a really good sand back.
Meanwhile, Will's passed the vintage vinyl seat to the very capable hands of upholsterer Hannah Weston-Smith.
There are actually 4 main reasons why vinyl degrades. They are heat, light, moisture and age. Now, bearing in mind this is a fishing tackle box, it's probably had all of those. It's really, really hard to kind of conserve it in any way. So I think the best thing is for me to replace this. I can keep this interesting strip down the middle. Oh my gosh, wow. There you go, that's a bit of history. That's lots and lots of mud and sand, I think. I don't often find mud. I found onions in one seat that had been left in a barn. That was a bit minging. Mainly I found kind of peanuts and pens and things down the back. Not a lot of mud. It's really nice when it peels off. So, what we've got here is some old foam. I'm going to replace this with new as well. So first thing I need to do is find a centre mark on the new vinyl. So I'm just going to line that up there and mark where it's been stitched before, which is there and there. Brilliant. So that's the last one in. Next thing to do is to hand this over to Will so that he can put it back onto the fishing tackle box. Hi, Will.
Hey.
Done it.
That looks amazing.
Yeah, I'm quite pleased with how it's turned out, actually.
That looks like exactly the same fabric that was on there before.
Yeah, it was really similar. I managed to find one that was really similar, so I'm pleased about that. And no holes in it, though.
Okay.
All gone. New foam inside there as well.
Fantastic.
OK.
Great job.
There you go.
Thanks very much.
No worries. Good luck.
Now what I need to do is sand off all that nasty, flaky paint, make sure that's a really nice surface to repaint again. But to make sure that I don't sand off this lovely label here, I need to keep as much of the original labels and everything else as I can. Well, everything's been sanded back. The surface is now prepared for painting. So the two colours I'm going to be using are black for the main body and red for the front of the drawers. And it's waterproof, so just in case Ian wanted to go back out fishing again like his dad, he can do so without fear of anything else getting ruined in the future. Well, the wood has taken the first coat of paint really well. I probably only need to do about 2 coats of paint, and that should be enough there to give it the protection that it needs.
Next, another eager visitor, Ian Ogilvie from Liverpool, is hoping leather expert Suzie Fletcher
Hello.
can restore a handmade love token of yesteryear.
So what have you brought in for us
Well,
today?
it's a grooming kit. It belonged to my father. It was made by my mother.
Goodness, your mother made this?
Yes, it's been about 1943 or 1944 perhaps. They had just met and, you know, she was looking after him as he was preparing to go to war.
How did your parents meet?
Well, my father came to Hamilton in Scotland for training. Apparently in those days they would have a dance for the Durham Light Infantry. So that's where the romance blossomed, on the dance floor.
And were they married when he was sent overseas?
No, they get married when he came back.
Ah.
And thankfully he came back. Came back limping, but he came back.
Did he? Wow. So did she make this not only for his comfort, but also as a bit of a reminder?
Yeah, I think possibly there'd be something in there, yeah.
Romantic.
Yeah, that is
Nice.
romantic. Yeah, really is.
Oh, what was his name?
John Ogilvie.
Did your mum put that
Yeah,
on?
she put that on, yeah.
I mean, looking at her stitch work, was your mother, was she a professional seamstress or something?
No, but her mother was, and she taught her everything she knew.
Really?
When we were kids, she made all our clothes, and to a very high standard, so.
Wow. Yeah, no, you can see that's really precise work.
What is this?
This would be like a goat or a sheep hide. It looks very Moroccan in its colour. She sandwiched the leather between a piece of cardboard to give it that,
Give it a bit of
that
rigidity.
shape.
Yeah, something very dear to his heart,
Yeah.
I'm guessing.
Yeah, I would think so. Because he always liked to keep himself smart. He was famous for his Brill cream and, you know,
Yeah.
smart appearance. He carried this with him all through the Normandy conflict.
Really?
Yeah. I'm not sure if he would be allowed to take it, but he took it anyway.
Good for him.
Yeah.
You know this has been smashed. Do you know how that happened?
He was in a village in Millingen and a shell just happened to pop over and land on his Jeep and it blew the Jeep up.
Oh, my
So
word.
it ended up with this shrapnel piece in his leg. I've always wondered if this damage was due to the shell hit.
Yeah.
I don't know. It may have been or it may not.
Wow, you're very lucky.
In our house, there was a box where everything went from the war, including this. I used to enjoy getting it out and just rooting through it. I just found it fascinating and interesting. There's one thing in particular that I liked because I liked the smell. And it just, I don't know, it just reminds me of my dad, reminds me of the past, I think. I think it's a shaving salt. It just meant something to me. It was part of my dad, you know. I was 13 when he died. My brother was 2, so it's the only thing really tangible I've got left that belonged to my father.
So why now are you wanting this work taken care of?
I'm going with my son and follow the route through from the Gold Coast right through to the 3 major battles he was involved in.
Fantastic.
So that's going to be the point where this is going to be handed over in May. So
really?
yeah, I'm hoping it'll become a bit of an heirloom. You know.
Yeah.
This is a beautiful item and a powerful story. What would you like me to do to it?
Well, I think it's bringing it back to life again. The mirror needs sorting out.
Yes.
Its mountain needs sorting. This is something extra. This is Durham Light Infantry camp badge. And I thought it would be interesting if that could somehow be put on.
Oh, that's
in
a
the
great
front, you know.
idea. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, thank you very much.
I am just so excited to get going on this.
Thank you
Pleasure
very
to meet
much.
you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
We'll
Thank
be
you.
in touch.
Lovely.
You take care.
I feel a bit apprehensive about leaving my father's grooming kit, but I know it's in good hands. It's a very, very special object. It is something that was meaningful to both my mother and my father. And it's the only thing we have in the family that you can say that about.
I just think it's an amazing thing.
Yeah, I love it.
I need to repair where it's torn here and basically clean everything up. I'd love to get a replacement mirror.
Yeah.
You know what I really want to do? I want to find brushes to fit in here.
Oh, that'd be nice.
You know, like the wooden back brushes.
Yeah.
So I'm going to start looking at gentlemen's vanity cases and see what they used to have.
Yeah. Oh, I can't wait to see this when it's finished.
It's going to be a lot of fun.
Brilliant. OK.
One of the nicest articles I've ever seen. I think his mum must have been incredible as a designer. The fact that she's cut the flap in narrower here so when it folds over it's not bulky on that edge. So imagine he's at war. It's so simple, but I bet it meant the absolute world to him. And then this is also his future wife. She's poured all of her love into this, knowing that every time he handles it and opens it, he's going to think of her. But it is beautiful. The first thing I need to do is give it a really good clean with a very mild leather detergent. I think this is going to take me quite a while to do the whole thing, but I think it's going to be a lot of fun.
Having dismantled Alice, the doll that was damaged when an RAF plane demolished her owner's home, toy restorers Amanda and Julie can now begin careful repairs. While Amanda deals with the disintegrating fabric torso, Julie's taking on the restoration of the head.
So I'm now going to make a start on removing the surface dust from Alice's face. I'm sure at this point that it's just dirt that's come with age, possibly some soot. We need to take our time when we're doing these sort of jobs. The temptation is to just get a great big piece of cotton wool and give her a really good scrubbing, but actually the longer I take, the more I get to know her and where any of the damage might be. I'm just using water to clean her with, but I'm quite pleased to see that already this is lifting. I'm so excited. As soon as I get the chance, I start to imagine what she's going to look like and then what Margaret's going to think when she sees that. And I think it's what drives me on. I think it's what drives us both on.
Yeah. These are the original parts of Alice's body, and you can see they are so thin. It was starting to tear in places, and it's been through that awful incident, so I'm not surprised it's in this condition. If we tried to put this back together, it would just fall apart within time. So the best solution is to make a new body.
I'm finished with the cleaning now, and I'm quite pleased with her. She's a little more damaged than I had first anticipated. There's a bit on her cheek here where something had obviously struck her, and a few more scarry, sort of injury-looking bits. So now I can start painting. And I'm really excited about this bit because we're really going to see her coming back to life. We don't want Margaret to be scared of her anymore. We want Margaret to see her as beautiful. I can't imagine how horrified she must have been when she actually saw into that case and saw the doll and all those memories coming back. I just can't imagine it. And if Amanda and I can just make her beautiful and happy and warm and friendly looking, then I think we will have done our job. Those eyes, they've just warmed up her face and brought it back to life. I think Margaret will be pleased. Come Come on then, let's get that stuffing in her.
With all of the doll's components now restored, Julie and Amanda can join forces and start putting her back together.
This is always a relief for me because I know I've got my sizings right on the body to fit your pieces.
Yeah.
Does that feel right? Ready?
Yeah.
That's the one. Okay, there's one arm.
Fabulous. I'm thinking, should we save the paint and the wig until she's all back together again?
Yes. Yeah, then we can sit her up like she's having her hair done.
Okay, fantastic. Okay, other one.
Across the barn, Will is cleaning the metal base of the fishing tackle box that accompanied a father and son on weekly fishing trips.
Well, the soapy water's taken off all that nasty dirt, and before I put this all back together, I'm using a scratch-removing compound to take out some of those finer scratches. Well, that's everything repainted, re-upholstered. Now it's time for reassembly. I've really enjoyed doing this. I think it looks so much better now that it's been repainted, that lovely red coming back through, and those brassy knobs there. I really hope that once I have reassembled this, Ian's going to be really happy with the outcome.
Back to collect her late husband's prized possession, Sue, and with her, his son Ian, who bonded with his dad on fishing trips from the age of 3.
I can remember the fishing tackle box when he first bought it, and every weekend ever since we used to go fishing until we died, you know. It's a big part of my life, that was, and I haven't been fishing since he died, so been something nice to have back again.
I think we just wanted to do my husband justice, really. That's one thing he treasured, and as well as doing it for us, we're also doing it for him as well, because he'd be really chuffed.
Hello.
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 How you doing, Sue?
Hey, Jay.
You all right?
Hiya.
See you again.
How you doing, Ian? Good on you.
Hiya.
Ian, nice to meet you, Ian.
So how you feeling?
Got a few butterflies in the stomach.
Oh,
let's
bless
say
you.
that.
Do you remember what it looked like then?
It was in a real bad state, Something that's been left in the garage unloved for 3 years,
Yeah.
You know, it's to be expected, I suppose.
Well, yeah, that is to be expected. And it must have been Dad's kind of pride and joy,
Oh,
really.
absolutely.
Yeah?
If you could frame it and hang it on a wall, we would have done.
Really?
I tell you, yeah, it was his pride and joy, shall we say.
I think we should have a look.
Let's have a look.
Yeah.
Let's have a look.
Okay.
Oh, wow.
God.
Wow.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
You are a master.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Yeah.
That is... I wonder if they kept... He kept it in there as well. Wow. He kept his little bodge in there.
Yeah.
Wow. You must have worked so hard on this, it's beyond belief. I remember him buying it.
Yeah?
I remember, yeah.
Was he happy?
Yeah, first thing we did, he got it on the Friday, first thing we did, up at 6 o'clock Saturday morning, went fishing. Straight away.
He would just be so chuffed. He'd be so chuffed that his loving box is still here, and it's the one thing to me that just sticks out and symbolises him.
I haven't been fishing since he died, but now it makes me want to go fishing again now.
He'd be like by your side then, wouldn't he?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
If it can inspire you to go back to where your dad fished and where you spent lots of time with your dad, then I'm pleased that we could help.
It's lovely. Really lovely.
It's now officially over to you, mate.
Yeah.
You can put it on your shoulder like
carry
your
it
dad.
the way Dad.
Thank you so
the way
much.
Dad used to.
Right,
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Oh, bless him. They're made up, aren't they?
They are indeed.
The thing that went through my mind was total joy of seeing it lovingly restored to how they've done it. It was just, I just couldn't imagine that they'd do something that good. It took me back to when I was a little kid again, and all the memories of going fishing with my dad, It just brought back so many memories. It's hard to explain.
It's just lovely to have it back, just back where it belongs now with Alan's family.
Going fishing now with my dad's tackle box is almost like, it would be like bringing a bit of him with me again, you know?
Leather devotee Suzie needs some assistance with her assignment, the Wartime grooming kit.
Hey, Brenton.
Hi.
How are you?
Very well. What do you want?
Time on your hands.
A little bit.
Ian brought in his father's shaving kit, and inside there is all of the bottles and the soap dish. And he would like all of this to be cleaned up.
Okay.
This item is very precious because when you open it, it smells of his father. So I'm not opening it.
You don't want the inside cleaned on that, okay?
So I have one more favour as well.
Okay.
Can you make a mirror?
I can make a mirror, yes.
Diameter needs to be 90 mil.
Oh, yeah, I'll do it. I'll do it.
That's a yes in my book.
That is
Brilliant.
a yes.
Okay. Cheers, Brenton.
No problem.
While Brenton buffs,
That is going to look smashing when I've done it all.
Suzie carefully extracts the last of the broken mirror, ready to repair the leather case.
Now I can move on to sewing the tab that's missing here. With older leather that has very fine stitching, that can increase its likelihood of tearing. I'm just going to run some glue in there. The glue just gives it that extra integrity and strength that will give me confidence that it's going to hold for a very long time. I'm just going to put some glue on here.
After gluing, Suzie can hand-stitch the tab firmly into place.
So I've got my needle and thread and quite a fine awl here to help guide the stitches. Let the fun begin.
Normally, I'd be wearing gloves for glass cutting, but this, I need the dexterity of just my skin against the glass. Like that. That broke a bit quicker than I expected it to. There we go. A perfect circle first time. So I've just got to put this with the items that I've polished and I can take them back to Suzie. Hi, Suzie.
Hey.
Oh, is this the case for
Yes.
the...
Yes.
I haven't seen this. Lovely. Well, I've done these bits for it.
Beautiful.
And you've got a 90mm mirror, which you ordered. Can't wait to see what it looks like when it's all done.
Superstar.
Okay.
Cheers.
Bye.
So much work's gone into this. Ian's mum, Margaret, made it with such loving care and attention. The more I've worked on it, the more I've just thought, she was such a skilled lady. But for now, I'm just admiring this piece of handiwork of hers.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Julie and Amanda are almost finished their loving restoration of Alice, the wartime doll.
Breathe.
But before they can set about giving her a stylish head of hair, they must perform one last piece of surgery on her scalp.
Once the paint goes on, there's no going back. So this will be it. Are you ready with that glue gun, girl?
I am. Just tell me where you would like
Right,
it.
can we start off around the front?
Yep. Okay. Do you need any more glue?
No, I think we've got it there.
Brilliant.
Yep.
So if we can get this wig in place on this line here, kind of right in front of the pate there. Okay. And
same again.
Yep. There we go.
Got it?
Yeah, that should do it.
Teamwork.
Absolutely stunning.
This is very exciting. So when you've done her hair, if we get her dressed, she'll be ready to go back to Margaret.
Fantastic.
Oh, I hope she's going to be pleased.
So do I.
Margaret's mother was killed in the same accident that damaged Alice the doll when in 1945 an RAF plane crashed into her Surrey home. But a sensitive restoration by Amanda and Julie has restored the doll to the condition she was in before the plane crash. Margaret is now back with daughter Hilary to be reunited for the second time with her beloved childhood toy.
I would love to see her in a condition that she didn't frighten people. She's been like that for so long, poor thing. After all these years, they're going to repair her, which is amazing.
Hello.
Hello, welcome back.
So, how do you feel?
I don't know.
Oh, has it been difficult?
Very difficult
Having to
because suddenly she's going to be different. And I just don't know how I'm going to be when I see her.
Okay. How about you, Hilary?
I'm excited, nervous, because obviously the way my mum feels makes me feel. But I'm excited.
Okay.
I can't believe she's in there.
Exciting. Are you ready then? Are you ready? Let's go.
Oh my goodness. Oh, wow. Oh, Mum.
Look, she's got to be.
She's absolutely beautiful.
Oh. Oh dear, I don't know what to say except my goodness.
Oh, that is amazing.
You are beautiful. Oh, look at her eyes, they're lovely. And the hair colour is just right.
Mum, that's amazing.
Inside her tummy, we've put a little pouch in there, and all the parts that we took off of her are all inside her tummy. So her little body that we couldn't use, her sock, some of her stuffing,
the original stuffing.
it's all inside her tummy, so she's all complete.
Oh, Mum, that's
I
so
can't
nice.
believe it.
Everything about her is just
Perfect.
Good.
And thank you, dear.
You're welcome. You're
Yes.
really, really welcome. Let's pass Alice up to Hilary so that
If you drop her, there'll be big
don't
trouble.
worry, I won't.
Look.
Thank you so
You're
much.
so welcome. Bye-bye. Take care.
Take
Safe
care.
journey.
She was so ugly before that I found it difficult to have any feelings other than the connection with my mother being killed. Holding her now is just so special. I feel so delighted and happy.
Bright and early, leather expert Suzie is adding the final touches to her assignment. The leather grooming kit made by a soldier's sweetheart.
The last part of the repair is to mount Ian's father's medal permanently on the front of the case. I think somewhere around about here would be perfect. Cut across using my scalpel. Let's just see if that will slide in there. Wow. I think that looks all right, actually. This is the bit that I've so been looking forward to, putting all the shaving accessories in this bag. And I'm hoping that Ian is just going to be bowled over when he sees it.
Ian's mother handmade this for his father when he went off to war, and it's one of the few possessions that he has of his dad's. Now resplendent with his father's regimental cap badge, it's ready to be collected.
The kit bag is the one thing that's left that links my mum and my dad. But nice to see it back in a condition that it was in when my mother made it.
Hello, Ian.
How are you doing?
Great
Nice to
to
see
see
you again.
you. How are you?
I'm doing really well, thanks.
How are you?
Yeah, I'm excited.
Oh, good. I'm excited too. Shall I show you what I've been able to do?
Please. Oh, wow, look at that. And you've got the badge on it too. Looks like, can I open it?
Of course.
Oh, look. How did you do it? Ah, the mirror, the mirror. Oh, that is absolutely fabulous. Oh, and look. And that's exactly like his old razor. That's great. How did you get this shine back in these?
Well, that was Brenton's
Goodness me.
handiwork.
I thought these would be finished, to be honest. You know, with
Really?
and most importantly, get the DLI badge on.
Yeah. I think that was a great idea.
Yeah. So it just brings the two of them back together again, really. And it's going to be a meaningful part of the family for the next decades.
Yes. Ian,
Thank you very much.
No, you're really welcome. Take
Super.
care.
Bye-bye. Such a blessing for me to see a kit bag the way he would have seen it in 1943. It's part of keeping his memories and his service alive. And it's not just a kit bag, it's the story that goes along with it.